Hi, welcome to the Love People Use Things podcast. My name is Matt Fradd, and this is just a quick update. We do updates from time to time when something is breaking in the news, like a few months back when Walmart decided to remove Cosmo from their checkout aisles. Well, something else is breaking right now, and I want you to know about it. The University of California, Santa Barbara appears to endorse child-on-child sexual abuse and child exposure to pornography through its online platform, Sex Info Online. According to news reports, a section of this website titled Childhood Sexuality claimed that the majority of sexual play between children takes place between the ages of 4 and 7. Children might display affection to their friends by hugging and kissing or touching each other's genitals, which is perfectly normal, they say. Parents should not react in a negative way because children are just exploring, right? That's a quote from them. That's not me saying that. That whole bit about touching their genitals, perfectly normal, parents shouldn't react, that's their quote, okay? So this section of the website, apparently viewed by various news outlets, is not currently accessible. We're not really sure if it's restricted to university members or if it's been taken down. Further, in the section talking to your children about sex, reports stated that the university's website told parents to let their children watch pornography, stating, and here's a quote, "It is important that children understand that viewing pornography is a normal habit and that they do not need to be ashamed of it," end quote. That sentence now appears to have been deleted, although the page still says pornography can be, and here's the quote again, used as a healthy outlet for some people who are exploring their sexuality. So, on behalf of the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, their website is endsexualexploitation.org. We are calling on the University of California, Santa Barbara to publicly apologize for this endorsement of child-on-child sexual abuse and childhood exposure to pornography, which is toxic to childhood neurological and sexual development, right? That is a quotation directly from Dawn Hawkins, who's the executive director of the National Center on Sexual Exploitation. She says the university has allowed this student-led website to veer irresponsibly far from academically supported analysis of sexuality. Child-on-child sexual abuse is not, quote, perfectly normal, right, end quote. It's a chronically undeserved national tragedy. Over the years, countless parents have reached out to NCOSE, National Center on Sexual Exploitation, in distress because their child was sexually molested by another child. All right, this is not experimenting because the molested child, who's often traumatized by the experience, right? That is to say, this isn't experimenting. And when you call it that, you're absolutely trivializing the experience of this molested child who experiences tremendous trauma from it. Right? It's despicable to speak like that. Further, in nearly every report to NCOSE, children who sexually harm other children were exposed to pornography prior to the abusive conduct. Children are especially vulnerable to the harms of pornography, not only on the brain, but also on their sexual development. Pornography exposes children to ideas that coercive sex is normal. Is it any wonder that some of these children begin to act out what they see in pornography? It's time for the university to treat its comments on these issues more responsibly, to put it bloody lightly, and to recognize the research on the public health crisis. So, I want you to check out the show notes that will be right here on this podcast so that you can know how to take action, all right? I want you to tweet at the University of California, Santa Barbara. And again, in the show notes, I'm going to throw all this up so you'll have their Twitter handle and everything. We have to respond when atrocities like this take place, right? It's the old saying, right? Like, all that is required for evil to prosper is for good people to do nothing. So if you and I do nothing, then we're responsible for the evil taking place, at least partly, right? In that we're not acting. Thanks for listening.